All right, my high schooler is going to throw me under the bus for actually bringing this up. So we'll just start by recognizing that.
Allowing the negative emotions that come with that, yeah.
I feel like I try to model those steps for my high schooler. Right? A negative feeling comes up. We have all these feelings wheels printed all around the house. Like, here's a feelings wheel, figure out what you're feeling. Recognize it, allow it, investigate it. And I think what he sees me doing is like sitting in these negative feelings for 5 to 7 minutes, and he thinks that looks awful. And so when he's having the negative feelings and I try to encourage him to go through these steps, he's like, no, I don't want to feel that for 7 minutes. Like, I'm going to numb it and watch this YouTube video. And so I'm struggling with how to help him see the value in it, because even as we get to that last end step, I forget what the N stands for, but the self-compassion piece of it, he's still seeing like mom's sad, right? And so he's not seeing the value in going through those steps.
And I think it's worth recognizing, like, that makes sense. It sucks when your mom is sad, right? That's a normal compassionate reaction for him to have. However, I think it's worth like kind of paying attention to what's going on there, because it could be a couple things, right? It could be just like he's experiencing the distress of you being sad, and that's distressful, but he's going to process it and do his thing. You might be experiencing guilt of that, of like, because he had this one moment of distress, which is normative, it makes sense, and now you're beating yourself up and thinking he might be okay, right? Second thing is, I think we can talk to our kids about the problems of suppressing their emotions, right? We can talk, I mean, you just heard the data, like the consequences are like, it's gonna affect your schoolwork. This stuff is like a beach ball that if you push underwater, eventually, you could do it for a long time, takes a lot of energy, but eventually it's gonna come out. And if you're like my mom, it's gonna hit your brother in the face, that beach ball, stop pushing underwater, right? So we can talk about the consequences of this stuff, and I think that can help our kids. But I think a thing to really make sure is that sometimes we're doing things for our kids thinking they're interpreting it one way and they're hearing something else. And I'm wondering if in this case, this might be an inadvertent spot where your kids are hearing toxic positivity. Like they come in and they're feeling a little anxious. You're like, here's the feeling wheel. Don't feel that. Like, deal with this. And they're like, just, no, I just want to feel sad or whatever, right? And so I think we need to kind of reflect on our own emotions of if we're communicating completely inadvertently, right? Like your goal is to do this right, but are they hearing something else? And the way you can figure that out is to sort of ask.